Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of the Hoya Relaxa meditation series. My name is Sara, and I'm the Assistant Director of Fitness and Wellness here at Campus Recreation. Today, I'll be leading you through a 10-minute meditation practice. Meditation is the practice of controlling or stilling the fluctuations of the mind. In order to do so, we use concentration as a tool for focusing the mind and noticing our thoughts. It can feel frustrating to sit still and hear your mind racing at 1,000,000 thoughts per second. But please know that even if you're just sitting here listening to your thoughts run free, you're still practicing meditation because you're noticing what you're thinking about. Most commonly, meditation uses the breath as the tool for concentration. But today we'll be focusing on the 5 senses: touch, sight, hearing, taste, and smell. So as we get settled in, take the next minute or so to find a comfortable place to be, either a comfortable seat or lay down, or find whatever way that you can be still for the next few minutes. You're welcome to turn your camera off if you're here live, or turn off any lights, or do whatever will help you find a comfortable place to be and relax. Take your time to settle in. If you feel like moving or adjusting at any point, you're welcome to do so. If you notice sensations in your body starting to become a distraction as you're sitting here, if you feel an itch that you desperately need to scratch, feel free to go for it. So take your time, maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze, maybe looking to the floor in front of you, so your eyelids can relax and feel heavy and soft. And as you settle in, naturally allow your breath to deepen, maybe drawing in fuller inhales and deeper exhales with every round of breath. We'll start by bringing our attention to the sensation of touch. First, notice where you are. Notice the sensation of either the chair or floor or whatever surface is beneath you. Notice the sensation of your clothes on your skin and the temperature of the room or place where you are. You might notice the feeling of air flowing on your skin, or even the sensation of air flowing in and out of your nose or mouth as you breathe. You might observe the feeling of your tongue resting against the roof of your mouth and the top and bottom row of teeth either touching or floating in space. Next, we'll focus on sight. I will offer different options for those of you who are choosing to practice with eyes open and closed. So just listen carefully and choose whichever option feels best for you. If you have your eyes open, take the next few moments to notice what you see. Notice the colors, the shapes, the textures and brightness. Maybe notice what the closest and furthest things that you can see are. If your eyes are closed, take the next few moments to observe what your mind's eye shows you when your eyes are closed. Maybe you see darkness or light or a combination of the two. If your imagination is more visual, notice what your imagination is showing you. The colors, the shapes, textures, and brightness of your mental surroundings. Notice the furthest and closest objects in your mind's eye. Or if visualization is not something that you're used to or comfortable with, so much in terms of imagination, you might visualize the path of the breath. feeling it or visualizing it as it passes through your nose or mouth, down your throat, and expanding into your lungs, belly, and chest with each round of breath. Next, we'll bring our attention to the sensation of hearing. Start by noticing what the furthest sound that you can hear is. If you're inside of a room, maybe notice if you can hear anything outside of it. If you're outside or in a larger space, try to identify what the furthest sound is. Maybe notice which direction it's coming from, the volume, the tone, or the pitch. Then notice the sounds closer to you, maybe inside of the same room, or just a little bit closer to where you're located. If there's people around you, maybe notice the sound of their breath. Notice the sounds of the room or space close to where you are. Then draw that attention even more inwards. Observe the sound of your own breath. Do you notice if your inhales or exhales are louder or longer? Does your breath sound full, shaky, or any other way? And then even further inwards, notice the sound of your thoughts. Allow your mind to take you wherever it naturally wants to go, and just listen. Try to listen to your thoughts with a neutral perspective, thinking of them as just thoughts and ideas rather than good or bad. Next, we'll bring our attention to the sensation of taste. If it's accessible to you, begin to breathe in and out through your mouth. Notice if you taste anything, perhaps the remnants of your toothpaste or whatever you ate earlier today. Or notice if there is a lack of taste, and notice what that feels like. Finally, we'll bring our attention to the sensation of smell. If it's accessible to you, begin to breathe in and out of your nose. Notice if you smell anything, or notice if there is a lack of smell, and observe what that feels like in your body. Bring your attention back to your whole body. Place one hand over your heart or center of your chest, and the other hand on top of your belly. For the next part of practice, you'll get to choose your own object of concentration. For the next 5 breaths, you can either choose to focus on one of the 5 senses, or use each of those 5 breaths to briefly notice each of the senses once again. There's no right or wrong option, and there's no rush to finish. But when you finish your 5 breaths, just lower your chin, gently bowing your head. No rush to finish. But when you're done with your 5 breaths, keep your chin down, taking a moment to express gratitude to yourself for making the time to practice today and honoring the efforts of your practice. If you have gratitude and energy to spare, maybe take a moment to send that gratitude outwards to anybody else in the world who might need some positive energy and gratitude. With your next few exhales, you can slowly lift your chin. Gradually allow your eyes to reopen if they're closed. You can look back up towards your screen and maybe share a bow. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And thank you so much for joining us for the Hoya Relaxa meditation series.